Good morning. Welcome to the channel Global Lightning. Today, I'm going to discuss about Canada wants to track when temporary residents leave. Here is why it matters. Canada's immigration system may soon get a major digital upgrade. Immigration Minister Lena Diab says the federal government wants to start tracking when temporary residents leave Canada, something the country surprisingly cannot do in a simple, centralized way right now. And the numbers behind this issue are huge. Nearly 1.9 million temporary visas, including work and study permits, are expiring this year. Last year, that number was even higher at over 2.1 million, but the government doesn't have a clear picture of how many of those people leave once their visa expire. According to the Minister Diab, while agencies like Canada Border Services Agency and Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada can track individual cases, there is no straightforward system that shows how many temporary residents exit the country overall. She says that needs to change and digital tools are the key. There are few countries around the world that do track those, according to her. Diana also said, and I believe we need to also be doing that, what Canada can and cannot track right now. CBSA officials told a House of Commons committee that they can track down who leaves Canada, including their transportation method, date of birth, and the travel documents. But here's the catch: they cannot automatically tell where someone is leaving because their visa expired. That information can only be checked manually, case by case, a process Canada Board Border Security Authority describes as very labor intensive. Temporary visas and the rise in asylum claims, this gap is tracking has become more important as asylum claims have surged, particularly from people who originally entered Canada on temporary visas. Over 112,000 people with a temporary residence visa applied for asylum. Nearly 22,000 international students also made asylum claims. Approval rates were relatively low. Only 14% of claims from temporary residents were approved, about 20% from students, visa holders. That's a big shift from 2020, when far fewer temporary residents made asylum claims and most of those claims were approved. New laws aims to curb last option asylum claims. Minister Diab says many people were likely advised to claim asylum as the last resort to stay in Canada after their status expired. To address this, the government introduced Bill C-12, a border security bill now before the Senate. Under the bill, asylum claim won't be sent to the Immigration and Refugee Board if the applicant has been in Canada for more than 1 year, dating back to June 24, 2020. Critics argue this limits the right to seek asylum. Diab responds that people can still apply for a pre-removal risk assessment, which evaluates whether returning them to their home country would put them in danger. Restoring control and confidence in immigration, the minister says these changes in Canada immigration system. Canada admitted record numbers of newcomers in recent years. In 2024, the permanent residents target peaked at 85,000 for 2025, the government reduces targets and says it successfully met them. 393 500 permanent residents were admitted. The target was 395,000. Temporary resident numbers are also down. Between January and November 2025, about 305,000 workers, students arrived, far below 673,000 targets. We are restoring control back to our immigration system, Diab said, and returning to sustainability. Digital immigration is already being tested. Tracking exit isn't the only modernized effort underway. The government is currently piloting online passport renewal launched in December 2024. Now, accepting up to 1,000 applications per day. Digital visas for a small group of Moroccan travelers, allowing a digital version alongside physical document. Officials says they are studying how well these digital tools work for travelers and airlines before expanding them further. The big picture, Canada isn't just tightening rules, it is modernizing an aging system, tracking when temporary residents leave, in reducing misuses of asylum pathways and rolling out digital services are all part of the same goal. A more transparent, sustainable and trusted immigration system. The changes won't happen overnight, but the direction is clear. Thank you. I think this information is enough for you all to understand. Please watch my postings, videos in the near future in the name of Global Lightning. And I hope you all are enjoying this. Please support and share it with your friends and relatives. Thank you for the day. Goodbye.